Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders have finally put an end to the swirling rumors surrounding Brian Robinson Jr., making it abundantly clear that the running back's days in the nation's capital may be over. Trade speculation had been mounting for weeks, fueled by reports of potential interest from multiple teams and whispers that the former Alabama standout might not fit the long-term vision of the organization. Robinson, drafted in the third round, quickly became a workhorse for the Commanders, but despite his contributions, the team has decided to explore other options in the backfield. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo confirmed that Robinson will not suit up for Monday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals, a decision that came after discussions between the player and the team. This absence signals a potential turning point not only for Robinson's career, but also for Washington's offensive strategy, as the organization appears poised to pivot toward more versatile or explosive running back options. Robinson's decision to sit out the preseason game came after months of speculation about his trade value and fit within the Commanders' system. Insider Jordan Schultz reported that the team placed Robinson on the trade block, a move that immediately drew attention across the league. Ben Standig, who covers the Commanders independently after his tenure at The Athletic, further confirmed that the Alabama product might not even make the 53-man roster, suggesting that the team is serious about moving on. The news represents more than a mere preseason shakeup. It signals a fundamental shift in the way Washington intends to structure its offense. Robinson, who had been the focal point of the backfield for multiple seasons, suddenly finds himself in limbo, awaiting interest from teams that might value his bruising, ground-and-pound style in a different offensive scheme. The situation highlights the often brutal reality of the NFL, where even proven contributors can quickly become expendable when strategy, salary, or scheme conflicts arise. Garafolo emphasized that Robinson's absence from the upcoming game was a mutual decision between player and team, signaling that both sides are navigating the situation professionally while keeping the player's long-term value in mind. While this doesn't confirm an immediate trade, it certainly opens the door for one, and the league is now buzzing with speculation about which teams could benefit from adding Robinson to their roster. For the Commanders, this represents a calculated risk. They are essentially betting that other backs on the roster, along with potential new acquisitions, can fill the void left by a player who has been integral to their running game. The decision is particularly striking because Robinson's playing style has often been a reliable staple in the offense, even if it hasn't perfectly aligned with new offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury's vision for explosive, big play capability. Washington's willingness to move forward without Robinson underscores the team's confidence in their roster depth and strategic planning. The Commanders' running back landscape is now entering a state of flux, with several alternatives gaining prominence in the absence of Robinson. Veteran backs like Austin Ekeler are being considered as potential trade targets or free agent pickups, while younger players such as 7th-round rookie Ja'Cory Cross-Gammeret are gaining momentum due to their versatility and adaptability in modern offensive schemes. The decision to move Robinson, though controversial to fans who admired his grit and toughness, reflects a broader NFL trend of prioritizing explosive, multidimensional running backs over traditional bruisers. Washington's front office is signaling that the team is prepared to embrace a different identity, one that values versatility, speed, and the ability to contribute in multiple phases, including the passing game, rather than relying exclusively on pounding out tough yardage on the ground. This recalibration could define the team's offensive identity for the 2025 season. Robinson's situation also highlights the delicate balance teams must strike between protecting a player's trade value and utilizing their on-field contributions. By deciding not to play him in the preseason, the Commanders have essentially put all their cards on the table, ensuring Robinson remains healthy for potential suitors while simultaneously limiting the team's immediate rushing power. It's a delicate chess game, one that involves timing, player satisfaction, and roster strategy all at once. For Robinson, the decision may be bittersweet. He avoids the risk of injury but faces an uncertain future, dependent on whether other franchises see him as an asset worth acquiring. For the league, this scenario is a reminder of the high stakes, fast-moving nature of NFL roster management, where even proven veterans can quickly transition from cornerstone contributors to trade assets. Looking back, Robinson's tenure in Washington has been a remarkable story of resilience and determination. Drafted in the third round, he overcame numerous obstacles during his rookie transition, including adapting to the speed and physicality of the NFL while managing minor injuries and learning a complex offensive system. Over 2.5 seasons, he compiled 2,329 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns, establishing himself as one of the most reliable backs in the league. However, the physical toll began to show, and with nagging injuries mounting, the team evidently assessed that the long-term strategic gain of exploring new options outweighed keeping him in the fold. Robinson's journey, filled with perseverance and grit, has earned him admiration, but the NFL's business side rarely allows sentiment to dictate roster decisions. The ripple effects of Robinson's potential departure extend beyond just the backfield. Quarterback Jayden Daniels, along with the offensive line and receivers, now face additional pressure to adapt to a potentially restructured rushing attack. The team must ensure that whoever steps into the backfield can complement Daniels' mobility and provide consistent production in both the ground and passing game. Analysts suggest that this shift may accelerate the development of younger players or highlight the need for supplemental acquisitions. Washington's coaching staff must now balance immediate competitiveness with long-term planning, all while maintaining chemistry and morale among players adjusting to sudden changes. Robinson's exit, if it occurs, could become a defining moment in how the Commanders navigate roster flexibility and offensive evolution. Market interest for Robinson is expected to emerge quickly, given his proven abilities as a lead back and his familiarity with NFL schemes. Teams in need of a number 2 or even number 1 running back could see him as a valuable addition, particularly franchises seeking a reliable, hard-nosed runner to complement their existing offensive stars. Although some might question his fit in certain systems, Robinson's track record suggests he could adapt effectively to multiple schemes, especially if paired with complementary skill position talent. The speed of interest in his services will likely determine how swiftly Washington can finalize a trade, and it underscores the dynamic nature of player movement in today's league. Robinson's next destination could very well shape the trajectory of his career while also affecting the fortunes of multiple teams. From an organizational perspective, Robinson's potential exit reflects a pattern within the Commanders' draft history. Several of Ron Rivera's picks have departed before completing their rookie contracts, emphasizing the franchise's willingness to pivot when a player does not align with evolving strategies or long-term objectives. This approach, while pragmatic, raises questions about talent development and retention, as well as the balance between nurturing young talent and aggressively pursuing immediate competitive advantages. For fans and analysts, the situation serves as a cautionary tale about the unpredictable nature of professional football careers and the complex interplay between performance, scheme fit, and organizational philosophy. Robinson's journey encapsulates the highs and lows of this NFL reality. Ultimately, the Robinson saga underscores the ruthless efficiency of NFL roster management, where decisions are often driven by strategic alignment rather than player loyalty or past accomplishments. The Commanders are signaling a readiness to embrace a new chapter in their offensive philosophy, one that prioritizes explosiveness and adaptability over traditional power running. Robinson, meanwhile, faces a pivotal career juncture, with his next move likely defining the trajectory of his professional life. The league's reaction, team interest, and potential trade negotiations will play out over the coming weeks, generating substantial buzz across media platforms. For Washington, the decision reflects a calculated risk; for Robinson, a chance at renewal; and for fans, a dramatic and emotional twist in the evolving story of their franchise's future. The broader implications of this development extend beyond Washington's backfield, influencing league-wide perceptions of running back value and roster flexibility. Robinson's situation may prompt other teams to reevaluate how they manage and deploy mid-tier talent, particularly in a landscape where offensive versatility is increasingly prioritized. For younger players observing the league, it serves as a vivid illustration of the NFL's unforgiving nature, where even consistent production does not guarantee stability or longevity. For analysts and commentators, the move offers a fascinating case study in trade strategy, player valuation, and roster construction, while for fans, it is both a moment of reflection and speculation about the future. Robinson's career trajectory, combined with Washington's tactical choices, creates a narrative that extends far beyond a single preseason game, touching on the core of what it means to compete in the modern NFL. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The Washington Commanders have reportedly made a move that has the NFL world buzzing, officially announcing the signing of wide receiver Brilan Sanders, whose recent performances in the United Football League have sparked widespread intrigue. Sanders, a name that was largely under the radar in mainstream football circles, has now vaulted into the spotlight, as whispers suggest that his explosive speed, uncanny route running, and consistent hands caught the attention of Commanders' front office. Insiders hint that the decision wasn't just based on statistics or highlight reels, but on the player's work ethic and adaptability, traits that coaching staff reportedly deem invaluable. While some analysts caution against overhyping UFL talent, others argue that Sanders represents a diamond in the rough, a player hungry to prove himself at the highest level. The speculation around his role in Washington's offense has become a hot topic in online forums, social media, and NFL punditry shows, with fans theorizing whether he'll be a deep threat, slot receiver, or something more versatile. Sources close to the team indicate that Sanders' arrival could signal a shift in the Commanders' offensive philosophy, hinting at an evolving passing game designed to exploit mismatches and stretch defenses. Observers note that Washington has struggled with consistent downfield threats in recent seasons, and Sanders' addition might finally offer a genuine game-changer, especially considering his agility and ability to create separation quickly. Rumors suggest that the coaching staff has been studying tape from his UFL campaigns, noting his knack for breaking tackles after the catch, his understanding of defensive schemes, and his competitive mentality. While official statements remain diplomatic, insiders reveal that the excitement in the locker room is palpable, as players reportedly see Sanders as someone capable of elevating the team's dynamic on offense. Fans have flooded social media with reactions ranging from cautious optimism to outright celebration, often debating how he will complement the current roster and which veteran receivers might see their roles shift. Even casual observers are curious, with betting odds and fantasy analysts beginning to speculate on his potential impact. With this acquisition, Washington appears to be sending a message. They're looking to surprise, disrupt, and perhaps reinvent certain aspects of their playbook. Whispers around the league suggest that Sanders' signing was not just a calculated football move, but also a statement of ambition, a signal that Washington is serious about shaking up the NFC East hierarchy. Sources allege that scouts had been tracking him for months, fascinated by his agility in tight coverage, his explosive first step off the line, and his ability to read defensive backs in real time. The UFL may not carry the prestige of the NFL, but Sanders' performances there seem to have convinced evaluators that he possesses the talent and drive to succeed on a bigger stage. Pundits have started to draw comparisons to other players who transitioned successfully from minor leagues, noting that Sanders' skill set seems tailor-made for the kind of innovative, high-tempo offense Washington has been rumored to pursue. Conversations in sports media suggest that this could also be a gamble, one that carries high risk but equally high potential reward if Sanders adapts quickly and becomes a reliable target. Rumors continue to swirl regarding his contract, which insiders hint includes performance incentives that could make him a crucial part of Washington's future plans. Adding to the intrigue, multiple sources hint at Sanders' possible synergy with the Commanders' quarterback, who has reportedly been seeking a wide receiver capable of stretching the field and providing consistent separation. Analysts speculate that the quarterback's familiarity with Sanders' playing style, combined with preseason minicamp evaluations, might accelerate chemistry that typically takes months to develop. Fans are already buzzing about the possibility of highlight reel catches, sideline sprints, and clutch receptions in critical games, projecting a season where Washington might suddenly feel more dangerous than in previous campaigns. Meanwhile, online forums are filled with debates about whether Sanders' presence will force defensive coordinators across the league to rethink coverage schemes, potentially opening opportunities for other playmakers. While it remains to be seen whether this rumor will translate to on-field dominance, the buzz alone has energized Washington supporters, sparking discussions, viral clips, and fan predictions. There is also speculation that this signing could influence draft strategies in the coming seasons, as teams attempt to anticipate the Commanders' next offensive maneuvers. Sports insiders suggest that Brilan Sanders' integration into the Washington Commanders system could redefine the team's approach to mid-range passing, red zone efficiency, and explosive plays on third down. Coaches are reportedly impressed not only with his athleticism but also with his football IQ, understanding that he can read coverages and adjust routes in real time. Rumors from training camps indicate that Sanders has already begun building rapport with key offensive players, participating in informal drills and one-on-one sessions designed to test timing, stamina, and precision. Some commentators speculate that his arrival might push existing receivers to elevate their performances, sparking a friendly competition that could raise the team's overall offensive output. Fans have taken to social media with trending hashtags, fan edits, and even mock highlight reels of Sanders' UFL performances, reflecting a heightened level of excitement rarely seen for a newcomer. While some skeptics caution patience, insiders hint that the coaching staff believes Sanders' raw talent and hunger may overcome any initial adaptation challenges, making him a pivotal figure in the Commanders' offensive vision. Behind the scenes, rumors suggest that Sanders' influence might extend beyond the field, affecting team culture and locker room dynamics. Sources indicate that his dedication to conditioning, film study, and skill refinement has already impressed veteran players, who reportedly view him as a positive, motivating presence. Analysts speculate that his professional approach could foster a ripple effect, encouraging other players to push harder and focus on execution. The narrative surrounding his transition from UFL standout to NFL hopeful has created a compelling story for sports media, feeding speculation and fan engagement at unprecedented levels. Commentators note that stories like Sanders often resonate because they combine talent, perseverance, and opportunity, elements that naturally inspire both teammates and supporters. The intrigue surrounding his potential role on game days, coupled with preseason rumors about how he will be utilized in high-pressure situations, has become a central talking point among sports analysts, social media influencers, and betting circles alike. Amid the flurry of speculation, some insiders hint at the strategic rationale behind Washington's acquisition of Brilan Sanders, suggesting that the move was designed to create matchup problems for rival defenses. Analysts speculate that his speed, route-running variety, and ability to stretch defenses vertically may complement the team's existing scheme in ways that other receivers cannot. Rumors suggest that coaches have been brainstorming plays that maximize Sanders' strengths, experimenting with formations and motion strategies that could turn him into a weapon capable of changing game outcomes. Sports media outlets are abuzz with mock predictions, potential statistics projections, and debates over which games might reveal his true potential. Fans are particularly intrigued by the idea that Sanders might serve as a secret weapon, used selectively to create pivotal moments or as a consistent offensive threat throughout the season. While some caution against overhyping, the overall narrative paints Sanders as a potentially transformative figure whose arrival could alter the perception of Washington's offensive capabilities. Meanwhile, social media speculation has taken on a life of its own, with fans theorizing about Sanders' chemistry with the team's coaching philosophy, quarterback preferences, and offensive play-calling tendencies. Rumors suggest that some veteran players are already strategizing ways to optimize his skill set, anticipating how his presence might force defensive adjustments and create opportunities for their own success. Analysts have begun crafting narratives around how Sanders' inclusion could mark a turning point in Washington's seasonal trajectory, potentially influencing playoff chances, draft picks, and even contract negotiations for other players. Online communities are dissecting every highlight clip from his UFL career, projecting potential matchups and key plays, generating a virtual buzz that parallels real-world expectations. Meanwhile, some skeptics caution that hype must be balanced with patience, noting that transitioning from UFL to NFL is fraught with challenges. Yet the rumor mill and social chatter continue to elevate Sanders' profile. Industry insiders hint that Washington's move may also have ripple effects across the league, as other teams monitor Sanders' integration into a competitive NFL roster. Rumors suggest that rival franchises are analyzing his potential impact, adjusting their defensive planning, and even contemplating similar signings to secure rising talent from alternative leagues. Analysts speculate that if Sanders succeeds in Washington, it could open a new path for overlooked athletes, proving that talent can be found outside conventional pipelines. Fans are particularly invested in these narratives, imagining scenarios where Sanders might outshine established stars or become a catalyst for dramatic playoff runs. Even casual observers have joined the conversation, fueled by highlight reels, statistical speculation, and social media hype, collectively contributing to the perception that Sanders' arrival may be more than a simple roster addition. It could be a franchise-defining moment. Whispers continue to circulate that Brilan Sanders' presence may also influence the Commanders' marketing, merchandise, and fan engagement strategies, as new personalities often reshape the way teams connect with supporters. Rumors indicate that management sees Sanders as not just a player but as a symbol of ambition, tenacity, and upward trajectory, potentially driving ticket sales, media coverage, and online interactions. Analysts note that star newcomers often serve as catalysts for renewed team identity, and Sanders' backstory from the UFL resonates with narratives of perseverance and opportunity, which fans eagerly embrace. The social media buzz alone has sparked viral debates, fantasy football speculation, and highlight compilations, signaling that his integration could extend beyond the field into cultural relevance. Conversations in sports circles suggest that the excitement surrounding Sanders' debut might redefine expectations for rookies or lesser-known signings, elevating his influence in ways that reach far beyond XS and OS. Behind the public announcements, insiders reveal that Sanders' first weeks in Washington have been filled with intensive training, film study, and team-building exercises, all designed to accelerate his adjustment to NFL play. Rumors hint that his adaptability has impressed coaching staff, who reportedly see a rare combination of physical talent and mental acuity, which could make him a quick impact player. Analysts speculate that if these early impressions hold true, Sanders may quickly transition from rookie curiosity to indispensable asset, influencing both on-field performance and locker room morale. Fans are already imagining scenarios where his explosive plays could change games, inspire teammates, and potentially shift the balance of power within the NFC East. Social media discussions, fantasy football chatter, and sports talk shows are awash with speculation, predictions, and excitement, further fueling the narrative that Brilan Sanders' arrival in Washington could mark the beginning of a thrilling new chapter in the team's history. As the offseason progresses, rumors suggest that Brilan Sanders' presence may have strategic implications for the Commanders' long-term roster planning and future draft choices. Analysts speculate that his emergence as a potential playmaker might influence decisions regarding wide receiver depth, offensive line protection schemes, and even quarterback development. Sports media continues to fuel speculation, debating whether Sanders could become the focal point of Washington's offense or a complementary piece that elevates other players. Fans eagerly dissect every training camp report, preseason projection, and leaked insider comment, trying to predict how Sanders' talents will manifest under NFL-level competition. Meanwhile, whispers indicate that management is keenly aware of the narrative surrounding Sanders, recognizing that his story resonates with audiences, inspires teammates, and potentially sets a tone for a franchise eager to redefine itself in a competitive league. The anticipation continues to grow, leaving everyone waiting for the first real glimpse of his impact on game day. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.